J. Cole versus Camron just got serious. What's up, world? Your boy Challz Brown back again talking facts. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe, and notification bell. Keep sending those Cashaps to CLBMG. Join that membership, and all you buying that merch down below. Gang, listen. So instead of just doing the verse, right? Instead of just doing the verse and or appearing on the podcast as agreed, according to Camron, J. Cole is lawyered up. Allegedly, J. Cole has went and got Drake's former lawyers, and he's about to go toe-to-toe with Camron. Now, in my opinion, gang, I told y'all both of them were wrong, and I'm going to read this article and tell you how I feel afterwards. But J. Cole is wrong for not doing his verse. Camron is wrong for suing him. I know one of my most contested videos last year was my opinion on that matter, because a lot of you felt that Camron is just doing business. He's coming in with a business mind state. He's coming to get what he wanted, and J. Cole is a snake, according to you guys. He's a snake. Don't do what he says he's going to do. Don't follow up. And once again, we've shown him to be a fraud. I want to have this conversation because, to me, this is not a lover spat, but it's like a homeboy spat. They having a homeboy quarrel. And I can see it from both sides. I can see Camron. Right now, Camron playing on a higher level. He's playing on a level where money is involved, right? He gave J. Cole the verse for Ready 24 off the Might Delete Later album, right? He didn't ask for payment. He asked for a verse in return, and allegedly, according to Camron, J. Cole agreed to give him a verse, and somehow, some way, J. Cole started to flake on him. He wasn't responding to his calls. He stopped responding to his texts, and apparently he couldn't pin J. Cole down to do the verse, which I believe J. Cole probably was in kind of like an album mode, and J. Cole didn't really want to talk to people because he was probably trying to process what had really happened with this Kendrick Lamar thing. Now we really understand that J. Cole had a lot going on because he was in album mode trying to fix up this fall off album, right, over the last couple years, and trying to figure out how he was going to approach and broach the subject of Kendrick Lamar. He damn sure didn't want to get on no record talking about it, and he damn sure ain't going to do no podcast. But let me read this, and we can have this conversation, because to me, I think it's falling deeper into more and more sucker shit, to be honest. And I get it, he got to defend himself. Or, my G, just go do the verse. That's all Camron really wants. And I said Camron wrong for suing, because you don't sue over rap verses. A lot of you people had a problem. But J. Cole wrong for not doing the verse. Right? The reason I say you don't sue over rap verses is because you just wait for the verse, gang. You know what I mean? Verses don't ever make it. You know what I mean? Albums come out, well, the verse didn't come, so we got to put the album out. Nobody sues. We've been seeing an unprecedented use of the legal system in hip-hop lately, and I don't like it. I'm just going to be honest. I don't like all these guys running to the courts. I don't like it. I get it sometimes, okay, yeah, blah, blah, blah. But some of these guys running to the court, like Pete Rock threatening Nas to go and get paid for Illmatic. That first of all, that publishing is owned by, remember, Searchlight Publishing, right? But he wanna sue Nas allegedly, right? So I just don't know about all these guys running to the courts. I get it. If they owe you money, that's different. This J. Cole thing was verse for a verse. It was no money involved. I get that. But I also get that J. Cole has started ghosting him, this, that, and the third. So I understand both sides. J. Cole wasn't responding no more. He won't do this. He won't do that. I get it. It's a touchy situation. But let me read this article. J. Cole bosses up with Drake lawyers to fight Camron. This is by Grouchy Greg Watkins for allhiphop.com. Salute to allhiphop.com. This is one of their exclusives. So this is coming directly from Grouchy Greg. So it is what it is. I believe Grouchy Greg has the information. It's probably very searchable, but this is where it's coming from. This is not me making this up. J. Cole appears ready for legal war with Camron after hiring entertainment attorney Samantha W. Frankel from Mitchell, Silberberg, and Cup. Was that Nup? I'm going to go with Knupp. How about that? LLP. Frankel brings serious firepower to Cole's defense team. The commercial litigation specialist is based in the firm's New York office and focuses on complex entertainment disputes. Mitchell, Silberberg, and Knupp has deep roots in Hollywood's legal battles. Founded in 1908, the firm built its reputation defending major studios and record labels in high-stakes entertainment litigation. So they bought that action. This is that's just what I do. like what was homeboy on Matrix? What's his name? Whatever, right? He says, of course I know. It is my job to know, right? Let me get the Frenchman, right? Let me continue. The century-old firm handled landmark cases that shaped the industry. They represented Warner Brothers in the Friends rifle termination lawsuit and won a unanimous California Supreme Court decision. Big time, big bone and brolic. Let me continue. MSK also led the charge against Napster. Remember when Napster was a thing and everybody was downloading? And homeboy from, what band was that? Damn, what was these Guns N' Roses? No, I can't remember the band, but some metal band, right? I don't know why I can't remember their name right now, but they was the first ones out there against Napster, and everybody turned on them. They was mad, but homeboy was right. You're stealing, right? They're like, what if I came in your living room and ate your popcorn? Like they was everybody. We was stealing, gang. We was stealing when Napster first came out. LimeWire, all that shit. Soon as the album dropped, you go to your computer, slow ass modem, take you an hour and a half to download 2 songs. But we would sit there and wait. This is what you do. You set it up at night, 1 o'clock. Soon as the shit dropped. And you let your thing download. You go to sleep, you wake up, you had a whole Outkast album. You know what I'm saying? We were stealing, gang, let's just be honest. But MSK also led the charge against Napster in the groundbreaking file sharing case that reached the U.S. Supreme Court. A lot of us were against it because we were getting free music. But I was one of the ones early on was like, they got a point, gang. We're stealing artists' work, gang. Somebody like, how they supposed to keep their record deal? How they supposed to keep making good music if you go on Napster and just download it for free? Or get 1 copy. They had got so to the point they was getting 1 quality copy from the damn CD distributor where they was pressing the CDs. They would buy it from there, right? They'd get it from that guy and put it online. I'm the first one to have it and burn it, and they were doing bootlegs and all that. So it was really bad. Napster was an awful thing to you can still get it for free, but it ain't the same. So it had to be. It was a wild, wild west, and I can't knock it for cracking down. Let me continue. Recent years brought more major victories for the firm. They successfully defended Netflix in copyright disputes and represented Dr. Luke in his legal battles. And I know some of you going to say like, Charles, you're sitting there, you just said that people were stealing music, but then you blaming Camron for suing. To me, stealing music and hip-hop is a different thing when we're talking verse for verse. Camron is rich. J. Cole is rich. We're not talking about 2 dudes getting music stole from them. We're just verse for verse on some hip-hop shit, right? To me, Camron would have been fine with no money. Now he's suing for $500,000 because whatever, right? And this wasn't for money. They took a handshake deal, right? You spin your hand, talk. You shake the hand. Okay, this is a handshake deal. To me, something is sacred about verse for verse. I don't think you can settle that in the court. That's man for man. We both rich. I didn't lose no fucking sleep. Didn't lose no meals. I don't think 2 rich rappers should be suing for verses. I'm just going to be honest. Rich rappers don't even pay each other for verses, gang. Do you understand? You can't pay Kendrick for a verse. Can't pay Jay-Z for a verse. So these guys put a monetary amount on it. I get it. He had his back against the wall. J. Cole's faking on him as J. Cole does apparently. So at the end of the day, I understand. I'm just telling you from my point of view on some hip-hop shit, I can't ask my man for a verse. Then a year later, say I didn't get the verse, I'm going to sue you. I just don't agree, gang. We can agree to disagree. I know you guys feel differently. I know. I already went through this before. I had to do a follow-up video and all that. I understand. I'm just telling you on some hip-hop shit, I feel like it's an honor system. For me to give you a verse, it's honor. And if you don't give me the verse, your honor we question your honor at that point. Especially if you take my verse, put it out for commercial consumption, you eat off of it, do this, that, and the third, then you ghost me. That is a problem, but that's still an honor issue. I don't gotta fight you because I gave you my verse because I respected you. So it's not going to be a thing where we need to take it to any type of means where it gets violent and this, that. A lot of people's in my comments, Charles, you want them to get violent? You want them to you want them to take it to the streets? No, I don't want them to take it to the streets. It's not about streets. This is 2 artists. This ain't a street issue. But just my thing is, to me, it's the honor system, right? You know how people have these things on their front lawn, give a book, take a book, right? So if I pull up and take a book, they're not going to follow me, get my license plate, try to take, they're going to be like, damn, they took a book. And he ain't put the book. Did you see this shit, Jamal, motherfucker? He took the biggest book and ain't put a book in there, right? So it's the honor system, right? End of the day, that's just how I feel. I know this is way bigger than take a book, give a book, but that's just how I feel. Let me continue. The firm's client roster reads like a who's who of entertainment. They represent Drake, Dua Lipa, Post Malone, and Daryl Hall. Daryl Hall got to stop. He always every time I turn around, I love Daryl Hall and John Oates. Every 3 years, they beefing about the same goddamn thing. Publishing and royalties. It's always a problem. And then the motherfucker be right back on tour at Foxwood. Your kiss is what. I don't know why these 2 dudes are always fighting. I don't understand, man. That's a side note. Let me continue. MSK also counts major record labels and production companies among its clients. Camron originally sued Cole and Universal Music Group in October 2025. The Harlem rapper claimed he was owed at least $500,000 in royalties from Ready 24, which appeared on Cole's Might Delete Later mixtape. Now, that is an estimate. Cam is assuming based on what he feels the streaming numbers appear to be. That's why J. Cole is fighting. But to me, I feel like, to me, gang, and I'm just gonna be honest. Some things don't need to be taken to court. If I'm Cole, I'm like this, brother. I'll just sit. And I get it. It was something over that Cole didn't want the actual. I believe this is what I believe. I believe that Cole was saying he wanted to do something organic, and Camron already had something that he wanted more. That's two different. That's two magnets that's clashing against each other. It doesn't make sense because at the end of the day, I get it. You want an organic, this, that, and the third, but I'm asking you for this project. If you don't like that actual song, then just say that. Don't say, I want to be organic. I want to get in the studio with you and we just make something from there. That's a roundabout way to say, I don't like that track. Or it could also be, I'm not really jiving with Camron. I just really needed him for that track. But whatever he heard from Camron probably sent him the music and his verses and the third. Whatever he heard, he didn't want to be a part of it. That's really what I'm seeing. He didn't want to do the record. So just instead of saying, I don't really like that song, yo, Cam, let's do something else. It's like he didn't like it and he didn't know how to say it, so he ghosted him. And that part is weird to me. So I'm like, that's something that could have been worked out, but you going to get lawyers, this, that, and the third. Now y'all not friends no more. You saw the video of them in the studio. Yo, look who I got in the studio. It's Camron, like all giddy gumdrops. Because he's like, I got Cole in the studio, new work coming, da-da-da-da. And I guess that's when J. Cole promised to do it with him. But end of the day, Camron is saying, no, bro, that's not going to work, right? And to me, for J. Cole to go get what's her name, Samantha W. Frankel, and now he want to contest it and fight, da-da-da. It's two wrongs don't make it right. Right? You betrayed the honor system. Now you want to get lawyers to fight. You're gonna spend more money on. You're gonna spend more than what he's saying that you owe him. All Camron's saying is $500,000 and put my name in as a co-writer. That's all he's asking for, right? Now, I guarantee you, Franco, whatever the Smilderberg and Mitchell and all this, I guarantee you that costs more than the $500K that you don't want to pay him. I promise you, that's gonna cost more. Right? So what I'm saying is, what he's going to do is he probably try to make Camron, if he wins, he'll sue Camron to pay these people. But that's not going to work because Camron has a good cause. If we're talking legally, he has a perfect case. It's open and shut. It's open and shut. Just on some hip hop shit, I just wouldn't have did it. That's all I'm saying. End of the day, right? Yeah, we can sue for certain things. Yeah, it's a lot of things that I agree with the lawyer going. It was a case, I think somebody just did a case right after Camron case. I can't remember what some rapper sued another rapper, but theirs was legit. It's like, okay, all right, I get that one. That's a legal case. That's not a hot to a spit handshake, and we're gonna trust each other, honor system, da-da-da. So there was another case, I can't remember who the rapper was, but you can sue in hip-hop. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying you can't ever sue, right? You don't sue because you lost a rap battle like the Bubble Bath rapper, and you don't sue for verses, in my opinion, man. End of the day, man, Cole, you could easily just go do this verse. You could easily go sit on that podcast, which is all he asked for. Come on the podcast or give me the verse. I feel like this is a misunderstanding blowing up proportion. Now you got Franco involved in all this nonsense, and Mitchell and Canup and all this. Like, it's weird, and it sounds like some Bubble Bath rapper stuff. You're going to go to court, take it to the courts. Like, I think all of it's lame. I think both of them need to just sit down. Cole, send him the verse. Right? You just dropped the damn mixtape with 4 whole verses on it, all full of nonsense. Like I told you, I'm really like feeling a way about Cole right now because at the end of the day, you back out of the battle and then you want to come back talk tough, talking about you went to the bottom, you jumped to the bottom on purpose, came all the way back up and lapped everybody. I take issue with a lot of these lyrics and this shit. Go watch my other video, man. End of the day, you doing all that rapping and tapping, right? You could have just did this. You could have gave this man 16 bars. And moved on with your life. All he's asking for is that. Now, I don't know how picky Camron's being about the verse. He could be like, yo, you got to come better than that. I don't know what he's saying. But at the end of the day, This is some shit that should not be, we shouldn't even know about it. I'm just going to be honest, man. Listen, I'm out of here, man. Head on over to black-yeti.com. Let them know who sent you. They ship all over the continental U.S. Also, every Wednesday night, 9:15, 9:30-ish, we go live on The What Show, me, TJ, and Fliz. We probably will discuss this again, all right? Tap in. We just did the video last Wednesday. It's going crazy. It's the one about the trial against J. Cole for crimes against hip-hop. I was the prosecution. And Fliz was he was the defense for J. Cole, even though he really didn't care. All right. So end of the day, man, go tap into that. Also, we got a record called This That Off the What Project. It's on all streaming platforms. Tap in, lock in. Let us know what you think about that. Get in the comments. Watch that video. Type This That in the search bar, Challz Brown. Watch that. Let me know what you think, man. I'm out of here, man. I'm going to catch y'all on that flip side. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine. Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.
Get my coat, get my sheepskin, grab my wallet, get my pocket knife, and get that hat right there. We out. Grab my pocket knife too. Let's go. When I first came to the city, niggas didn't believe me. I just wanted to join a team and throw assist pass easily. 6 man off the bench, alley-oop pass freely. Suit up for one game and hope a scout might see me. But nah, niggas is greedy, wasn't rocking with him. Unplugged the scoreboard, put a lock on the gym. Told me to power forward, point guard at the rim. And left me with no center and a ball full of phlegm. Not knowing that I'm a dog, a Rottweiler within. With the heart of a pit bull that don't bark for pretend. My bites cut deep, break the bone and the skin. With the level of hustlenomics you do not comprehend. So first I took a block down on the west side end, and then secured a spot with some goons and some kin. And then sent out some flyers, let the games begin. And in 6 months time, the city like that's him. Oh yeah, he the one that moved the hustle to the burbs. And yeah, he the one that knocked the hustlers off the curb. And yeah, he the one that set up shop without a word. And he the one that got it cracking. And all he did was rapping by the Hooters. I kept killers from being shooters. Put a mic in a thug's hand, now he loyal like past fans. Take a man off the streets past the needles and crack cans. Promise mama to keep him safe, then put some food in his face and he'll kill for you. But I don't need him for that. Click like, click share, tell them bitches we back. Share the whole location, tell them niggas where we at. Cause we out here, we ain't the cheese, we the trap.